I really can't start for a couple minutes anyway.
I know, but the camera adds one pounds to my head,
Oh.
so we don't need that. Be like this.
There's no snow. The boys are off, you stay here.
That's a comfort.
I'm gonna get my clothes on. Back down there, you think I can get that?
Started.
Wouldn't start, so I walked all the way back up there. So,
Well, I'd get something, if my tractor didn't start, I was gonna drag it
tough
with my
to get-
car.
Get it. Then we get down, we get it all loaded on the truck, do all that.
Okay, I apologize about the agenda because I assumed the public, or the pledge of allegiance, like the other
Started
stuff.
right up.
It's a little bit screwed up.
So now I've been out there working on
Screwed
it.
up.
Make
Yeah.
sure it
Doesn't
starts.
matter.
Yeah.
And right now it starts, but I'll guarantee it won't.
That's the first year I just got the crossbow this year, so I was pretty excited. It's third year I've gotten with the bow.
I saw that picture.
So you saw my picture?
Facebook, right? I see.
Yeah, I know.
We're
I don't
ready.
know where it goes when it goes out there.
All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Al, you wanna lead us in the pledge here?
I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Anybody interested in the privilege of the floor to address the board? Don't all speak at once. All right, moving on. Approval of the board meeting minutes from October 11th. Any changes, corrections, additions?
We appointed 2 new people, right?
Yes.
October 11th, is that the special meeting?
No, that's a regular meeting.
That's this other file.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes of October 11th?
I make the motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, is there a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the minutes from the October 18th meeting / budget workshop. Is there a motion to approve the October 18th minutes?
I'll make that motion since I was there.
Okay.
I'll second it. Second.
He didn't get it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, old business. I still haven't heard anything back from the planning board on student housing regs.
I just have a little information, at the mayor's task force meeting at the college, this last week, was it?
Friday.
Friday. We got into a little bit of a discussion with the chief of police up there in regards to, I was asking the question about the fact we're coming up with regulations, and I wanted to know how the college might be able to respond to or assist with outside the village situations with students. And basically, we're gonna have another meeting now with Barb Jones is very, concerned that we try to work something out in regards to this. There are some regulations within the state, within the union, and so on and so forth, but they are, concerned about the safety of their students, the same as we are, and basically I explained that's why we're looking at these regulations, is the safety of the students and so on. So we're gonna be having some ongoing discussion with, campus security and whoever else, code and police and so on, and trying to work something out as we go forward with our regulations so we can have some teeth. But they do have meetings with the students in the beginning of the year with off-campus students. Tom does attend those meetings. And, once we get the regulations in force and so on, if they're aware, and I think also the landlords are aware of the new rules goals and things that we may be coming up with. That initial meeting will get that information out to all those parties that are involved, and the issue of enforcement is something we can continue to work on as we go forward, but I don't think we should let that hold us up with moving forward on the regulations.
And when we have that meeting, it's, you know, mostly town or village officials that attend, but there's town residents that are outside that are attending also. And I stress all the same safety requirements as far as, you know, keeping your smoke detectors going and so forth. I stress tires and snow tires coming down off the hills into the village. So they're aware of it. There's just not a high percentage of students that attend, unfortunately. So,
The president had some input on that too as
Yeah.
well, about some of the things they did at the college where he worked before in regards to off-campus students. And so those are some ideas that everybody's looking at and may be implemented as far as getting the information out and so on. Actually, the campus police did go and visit some of the closer, and they went to Sherwood's actually, and visited some of the student housing there to impress upon, you know, handing out the information as far as the meeting goes, impressing that they should come. And with the police presence, it seemed to maybe bring a few more, thought it was a little more serious than just somebody, you know, that they didn't know banging on the door. So I think it's a work in progress, but I really think we should continue to move forward on our regulations and really see if we can't get something together here, you know, as soon as possible.
in their previous administration, I know that they restricted the UPD from going anywhere outside their jurisdiction.
Mhm.
Their jurisdiction ended up to be going up Scotch Mountain to patrol the president's house, and then going down Thompson Crossroad and going through the EDU center,
Right.
and then back into the village. In which case, they would take care of quite a few of those
Student housing, at least.
student housing
Yeah.
on that same route that they're going through right now.
Right.
But there's been, since the administration changed, there's been more houses put into play in that area. So it's not like they're going out of their jurisdiction that far.
Right.
And I talked to the previous chief with Perry, and I said, you know, all you have to do is go up another quarter of a mile.
Mhm. And I think
But-
through some, you know,
That's state
it's just things I think things can be worked out, but we just need to take some time to work through those issues.
But it was a positive meeting, very,
Yeah, a lot of good input there.
yeah.
But I would like to just see us try to move that through, as we, you know, can, to make sure it becomes some kind of a law, so we can start before we have a problem. You know, there have been some issues already, but
Yeah.
nothing serious yet.
Springtime is when things get a little out of hand.
Yeah.
Cabin fever sets in. Nice weather comes out, the kids
And it's towards the end of the school year.
Yep.
And we just are all closing out the
graduation.
walls.
Yeah. Be nice to have those
Doesn't matter
safety
the school.
parameters in there.
Okay. Anybody have anything on Tanglewood Lake Road?
Say that 10 times
Yeah.
fast.
I got tangled up on it already. I haven't seen anything from the residents that were in. Like I said, when we get something from their engineer, we'll forward it on to the town attorney, see if, you know, there's some way we can help them on their issues there. But I guess nothing new to report there. Alright, moving on to new business. Believe it or not, we gotta do an environmental review to pass a local law to exceed the tax cap.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The good news is, if everybody agrees that the proposed action involves only adoption of a plan, local law, ordinance, administrative rule, or regulation, if we all agree on that, we can check yes, and we can skip all the way up to part 3. No, part 2.
I make a motion to skip to part 3.
Part 2.
Whatever.
Sorry.
I make a motion, we skip the whole thing.
Well, that was my first reaction.
You're making a new local law.
Yeah.
You took over.
Are you sure that we're not affecting the environment?
Well, I thought we had no chance of affecting the environment until we had to do all the paperwork and
You
then.
killed a bunch of trees,
The
Matt.
damage to the trees, maybe we need to rethink it, but.
Be some noise and some screaming going on.
We're gonna have to put up silt fence.
No,
Do I have to call in my friends at the DEP?
Maybe.
no.
Or do we need to vote on that thing?
No, we've gotta answer all the questions on part two.
Are you filling it out and then I will take it and type
Yes.
it in? Okay, very good.
Yeah. Actually, it'll be good enough this way, we don't have to type it. We can just print, as long as you can read my writing, we're good. First question, will the proposed action create a material conflict with an adopted land use plan or zoning regulations?
No.
Will the proposed action result in a change in the use or intensity of the use of land?
No.
Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of the existing community?
No.
Will the proposed action have an impact on the environmental characteristics that cause the establishment of a critical environmental area?
No.
Will the
Can we give-
proposed,
Can we give you authorization to,
check no one home? I
I
wish,
mean, to use your,
That's judgment.
Executive powers.
I wish.
are there less than 70 questions?
Yeah, we've
Yeah,
only
This is,
got,
this is the short form.
this is the short
format.
form, it's only 4 pages now, it used to be 2.
Yeah. But the
There's
real
only
one's-
9
The
questions.
real one's like 30 pages.
Yeah, the long form is not something you wanna get involved with unless you hire a professional. Question 5, will the proposed action result in an adverse change in the existing level of traffic or affect existing infrastructure for mass transit, biking, or walkway?
No. More people may leave Delhi, but.
Mass exit.
Yeah.
Will the proposed action cause an increase in the use of energy and it fails to incorporate reasonable available energy conservation or renewable energy opportunities?
No.
Will the proposed action impact existing public or private water supplies,
Only New York City's.
public or private wastewater treatment utilities?
No.
No.
Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of important historic, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources?
No.
No,
Will the proposed action result in an adverse change to natural resources?
Nope.
Alright. That was wrong, there's 11 questions. Will the proposed action result in an increase in the potential for erosion, flooding, or drainage problems?
No.
Will the proposed action create a hazard to environmental resources or human health?
No.
Okay, so now that we've taken care of that fiasco. Resolution number 7 of 2016 is a resolution,
A revolution, I like.
revolution,
Should
yeah.
be.
Resolution saying there will be no adverse impacts on the environment from adoption of a local law to override the tax levy limit. So, we've gotta put it to a roll call vote,
Mark,
yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Al?
Yep.
Bill?
you bet.
That wasn't one of the choices.
Neither was yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Little Irish.
and with everyone's approval, I will sign the environmental assessment form.
Please.
Aye.
And I will forward them all to Elsa. Okay. That brings us to local law number 2 of 2016. A local law to override the tax levy limit established in General Municipal Law 3C.
I make a motion to pass local law number 2.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, call roll.
Okay. Mark,
Yes?
Tom,
Yes.
Bill,
Aye.
Matt,
Aye.
Bill, or I'm sorry.
Aye.
Okay.
Got his whiskey. I'm getting thirsty.
Jameson there, huh?
All these ayes.
Jameson going, wet your whistle.
Alright, next up. The state in their infinite wisdom has changed the way they're measuring roads and determining what are town roads and what aren't town roads. And they thought that Betts Hill Road Spur and Howard Road weren't town roads. We can say they are, and that we are planning on continuing to maintain them. We just have to do a resolution and send to the state saying we wanna keep them CHIPS eligible.
Now, Darren, the spur, that's to the left where the new house is going up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's about a half mile up to there.
.07.
Yeah.
So they're saying that it is not.
Yeah.
Now, after
After this
60 years
latest-
of recording,
Yeah, I mean, it
with their new
always has
program that
been,
says it's not.
So does that mean that we are not going to maintain that road and
No,
plow
we
it?
are, we are, we're.
That's
just-
what this resolution
that's what
is
this
gonna solve.
resolution will do. It'll be- We're saying that it is a town road,
Okay.
and we will
I don't wanna lose that, that's,
Yeah.
continue to maintain the road.
What is this middle column, though, center line mileage, is that supposed to be?
That's how long the road is.
That's how long the
That's the
road
one
is.
for the road.
Well, I thought Tom just said that it's half a mile.
Betts Hill Road, Spur, and Howard Road, both the same length?
Yep,
That's fine.
yep.
Okay, is there a motion to,
I mean, I don't get that, I thought that looks, that's not even a tenth of a mile.
yeah, the one is just about big enough to have a culvert.
well, I think that I agree with Matt, I don't think that Betts Hill is the same length as Howard.
The spur road probably is.
I was just up there not too long ago, I thought that went,
This information all came from, CHIPS. It came right off their spreadsheet that they provided for the town. It was sent to, our attorney.
I know, but I look at Howard Road and I was up there at the demo for the house. And I could swear I drove a lot farther than .07 miles.
Howard Road loops around, the part that even comes back to 28 is part of Howard Road also.
Oh, I realize that, but I'm just saying that up on Betts Hill,
Mm-hmm.
where the farm is,
Yep,
that the house was removed,
yep.
I felt like I traveled a whole lot more to go up to that site than I did it from Art's farm.
Without measuring it and without measuring it on their, however they did it, on this new one.
Yeah.
I guess I can't
Their
prove it.
new latest GIS,
Yeah,
But .07 miles,
it's not very far.
it isn't.
No.
It's like, what, 200 feet?
Do you wanna see what they sent us? I have that in the office, 'cause that's what
Well,
I
that's
sent
what I'm saying, it's .07, I think the decimal part is the wrong spot.
It should be probably .7.
I think it's supposed to be .7 on Betts Hill, and that's a lot of money.
I better make things easy.
Well,
Yeah, thank you.
you know, I mean, if we're going to, basically, we can fix that. But I think what we need to do is decide if we're keeping them or not.
Oh,
Right now, they don't exist in their mind.
yeah.
What
Okay.
happening.
This is to keep them on the CHIPS eligible.
well, I just think that the accounting should be done correctly too.
Yeah, I don't know why they ever went and changed it anyway, but
We can,
Mark said it.
after passing the resolution, we can argue with them about the length of the road.
Okay,
As long as we keep the road on the eligible list.
well, that's fine.
That's all this does.
I just don't agree with the numbers.
Yeah,
I,
yeah, we can
yeah,
research
I think
that, the
there's
way they did it.
question on that too,
This is what your term got.
I'll make a motion to pass resolution.
You're supposed to.
Am I allowed to do that, or?
You're supposed to do
Yep.
your cap on.
no, you can make motions, or a second to, second by Bill,
This is what,
we'll tell her when she gets caught up.
07 miles,
Yeah,
that is for,
yeah, for Howard, I agree with that one. Bingo.
that's what you're paying your attorney $3 for.
Say it louder.
Is that a?
My
no,
name.
It's not. So it's .18
.18 should be.
on,
Betts Hill
it's
Road.
Betts Hill.
I would be more in agreement with that.
I
Okay.
do.
So Matt has
So
made
it's
a
0.18.
motion. Yeah,
Yes.
Point,
just point
Yes.
1.8.
one,
Zero.
Or 0.18, whatever you wanna do.
zero.
For Betts Hill Roadsburg.
Yeah. So Matt's made the motion to approve resolution number 8, Billy seconded it. You can call the roll.
Okay, Mark,
Yes.
Matt,
Aye.
Tom,
Arr.
Al,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
This meeting's getting out of control.
with that change, correct?
With the change, yes.
Keep the program.
You realize I can make anybody deputy supervisor, and I can resign on the spot, so be
Can I
careful.
say something,
Okay, we're
please?
not a bunch of yeses.
I neglected to put on here, and I just want you, we need to approve the budget, and I did not put that under the new business, I
I got you covered.
apologize.
I saw that, but it wasn't critical. Okay, next up is resolution number 9. Darren was approached by landowners on Burke Road, and they would like to have part of Burke Road abandoned by the town. And
Which one's Burke?
Off of Kent Hill,
Campbell.
on the right-hand side going up,
How many houses are
there's two at the very end, which are so-called full-time residents. Then there's two other ones that are not occupied year-round.
there? Can you legally abandon it if there's full-time residents there?
We're
only
not
doing-
For
abandoning the whole
emergency
road.
coverage, and
Yeah.
We're only doing the end of it, 670 feet on the end for,
is that beyond the houses?
it's at the last house, the ones that are requesting the road be abandoned.
Why are they requesting that? Is this gonna affect their fire insurance at all, or?
No,
Because you're on an abandoned road?
their main reason for requesting it is people
Just
coming
because
in
they
there
Come in.
constantly and turning around and blowing through their gate, which goes up to their second house, which
Which is-
completely opens up their property to hunters and everything else.
Is this because of the GPS as well?
Probably doesn't help. Probably doesn't help.
Mm.
But because they own both sides of the road,
Right?
you know, beyond the point where they want it abandoned. And
Now-
they have provided, an
Yep.
agreement to do a turnaround for us, so we have a spot to turn around.
Okay, that was one of my questions.
Yep.
Another question is, if we abandon it now, is there any time in the future that we may be called to put it back into service, and then we have to bring it up to snuff, or once it's abandoned, it's done?
Once it's
Once it's
abandoned,
abandoned, it's
it's done.
done.
Okay,
If they ever,
If they wanted
if you ever
to
did
get
want
it
to bring
taken
it back,
over,
it
they
would
would
have
have
to
to bring it up to
bring it up
whatever
to standard, correct?
Yeah.
whatever standards we need.
That's the whole purpose of this, is just signing off, and that's why there's a release of damages and everything else.
I just don't wanna have to come back and have this revisited again
Yep.
from some new landowners.
I mean,
Yeah.
somebody could come in and request us to take it over, but they would have to bring it up to the standard. Just like
That's-
if you put in a new housing development
It would
before
just-
the
it'd
town
be like
takes it
brand new road
over.
again.
Yeah,
As
it would
long
have
as
to
we
be-
aren't on the hook to redo the road.
Nope, they'd have to redo it.
And we've got the releases from them and all the good stuff. The attorneys reviewed it all and said everything is good. And, we don't need to hold a public hearing because they own both sides of the road.
I make a motion that.
Is this gonna mess up your CHIPS money too?
No,
I'll second.
and it's gonna really help our plowing.
Motion by Al, second by Billy to approve resolution number 9. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Carried. And we're authorizing you to go ahead and sign
Okay,
the abandonment paperwork.
okay.
Can I put up a dead end sign too?
There already is
Oh,
one.
there is one.
For this one, there's a roll call also placed on that resolution.
So the, are they putting in the turnaround, or it's just not that big of a
Yes.
deal? to put in the turnaround?
It's, you can call the roll if you want.
I'm getting used
If
to
they
this.
get, if they get a chance this year, Matt, they're gonna do it. They
Mark.
left part of their
Yes.
property for it.
Matt,
Aye.
Tom,
Yes.
Al?
Yep.
Bill?
Yes.
Yeah, it gets into that, if you're not spending money, you really don't need to do it.
So the turnaround is gonna be up to your spec and the size so that tandem can get spun?
Yep. Yep, I already met with them about it.
And there's a nice loading spot right there,
Yep,
flat spot?
yep. They've even cut the trees out and everything for it.
Okay.
But I mean, this is kind of a little bit late, but they're gonna take care of that, right? They're-
Probably not by the end of the year, she said, but yeah, by next year. Which we have a spot that we've always turned around anyway, that we've always had to turn around on that road.
Oh,
But we
gotcha.
had to back in that extra 670 feet. Actually drive in, back out, back in, drive out. So this is gonna help us a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna make it
That'll
much
speed up
easier.
your trip.
Sure will.
Yeah, it got pretty tight once you got back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any more new business? I guess we'll go on to the budget. Is there a motion to adopt the budget as the final budget? I'll jump at once.
Bill sideways. That's your plan.
Yeah, I make a motion that we accept the
Years, they,
final budget for 2016. That's that one. This is the one that was just.
okay, well, I'm just seeing that's not exactly what this is, that's all.
Isn't it?
Well, I'm just
This is
looking
what
at
you should have
last
gotten
page,
in the
just skip
boxes.
me so I know that this is exactly what it's supposed to be.
This is what I was getting. This is what I should.
That was the preliminary from the other day.
Okay, let me just. This is the same one we had before, or was there a change in this one?
The only change was, increasing the unexpended balance
Right.
for the DA.
Yeah. Okay.
We put in an unexpended balance of 60,000, which brought the tax levy increase down
Down.
from 7+% down to about 4.
Mhm.
Once we got some more numbers from the grit and the hauling, so we could kind of tell where we were at, we figured we had enough money to carry some over and decrease the tax levy. And pretty much, the 4% increase is pretty much to buy a truck, to replace that 96 Volvo. Otherwise, we probably could look really good and made the cap.
Is this one accurate? Are you using this thing now?
Yeah, this number is wrong there.
5.
No, that's the other, that's the old one.
Oh.
Increase in spending is about 5%, increase in the tax levy is about 4%.
Do you need to leave?
No, I'll do it in chambers.
You should.
Camera's on.
Camera's on. You want us to turn the camera off?
Camera's on, you want it off?
Excuse us, I'm sorry.
You want the camera off?
Do you have the camera on?
Do we want the camera off?
It's not.
Doesn't bother us at all.
No.
Okay.
Here it is. Hi there. I'm with the press, can I do that?
Okay, where are we back to?
And made a motion to
Tom made a motion
adopt
to adopt
fiscal budget for 2017.
our tentative budget is our final budget. The preliminary budget is our final budget, whichever one was officially listed as. times already, so.
Nice.
Excuse me, folks,
Not a problem. I'm surprised it hasn't happened before.
your tax dollars at work, that's what I gotta say.
Could've picked this out.